Iran ramping up strikes tonight, even as Trump claims Iran has been obliterated as allies snub Trump's calls for help tonight. Plus, Trump will not rule out seizing Iran's Karb Island. So what kind of U.S. special forces would this take? What are the risks? And why has Trump been talking about taking out this 8-square-mile island since 1988? Plus, more breaking news. Trump says he's open to the idea of, quote, taking Cuba as the country's electric grid collapses amid a U.S. oil blockade. The entire country of Cuba tonight, we understand, without power. Let's go outside. And good Monday evening. I'm Erin Burnett, and welcome to this special edition of Out Front, the war with Iran. The breaking news, Iran ramping up this hour. Tonight, massive explosions in the heavily fortified green zone in Iraq, where the U.S. Embassy is located. In fact, that embassy compound was actually hit after a separate drone hit a nearby hotel. So we understand that is happening now. Also, a drone strike hitting a fuel tank near Dubai International Airport. Jaw-dropping video there when you see that in the distance. Thick black smoke. That's the world's busiest airport. Again, it's still just jaw-dropping to think about where we are. Flights turned around in midair. The airport shutting down again temporarily. Those strikes coming, though, at the same time that Trump claimed that Iran has been obliterated.
Our powerful military campaign to end the threats posed by the Iranian regime continued in full force over the past few days. They have been literally obliterated.
Well, Trump may say that. Iran, though, remains defiant, and the Strait of Hormuz is still closed to U.S. and European ships. For roughly 3 weeks, roughly 20% of the world's oil supply has been at a standstill now, and driving up the price of oil, of course. Today, again, closing above $100 a barrel. Tonight, Fox News asking if Iran's navy has been destroyed, though, why is the strait still closed?
Now that you've announced that the U.S. has destroyed all of Iran's mine-laying ships, why can't the U.S. just immediately reopen the Strait of Hormuz?
Well, we could, but it takes two to tango. We have to get people to take their billion-dollar ship and drive it up.
Now, of course, no one wants to send their ship, and more importantly, the human beings on board those ships through the strait. Tanker operators are not sending their ships through the Strait of Hormuz because tankers have been attacked. I was talking to one tanker CEO, and he said the crew, and at least one crew member has been killed already in this war. So Trump is asking these ships to just sail through, despite massive risk to human life. At least 20 vessels have been attacked in and around the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz, including 2 tankers in Iraqi waters, where, as I said, at least one person was killed, and the horrific death with all that flame and burning fuel or naphtha on the water surface. And Iran is leveling more threats tonight, warning it may strike the world's largest aircraft carrier in the Red Sea, that is the USS Gerald R. Ford. Also now telling personnel working at U.S.-linked facilities in the region to evacuate. Now, Iran is not defining which countries or facilities they may be targeting, so it's a broad threat. But its defiance now has Trump scrambling to seek help, seek some sort of an alliance to try to open the Strait of Hormuz.
We strongly encourage other nations whose economies depend on the strait far more than ours. So we want them to come and help us with the strait. I think we're going to have some good help. And I think we're going to be disappointed in some nations too. The Prime Minister of UK, United Kingdom, yesterday told me, I'm meeting with my team to make a determination. I said, you don't need to meet it with the team. You're the Prime Minister. You can make your own.
Of course, there are laws and rules and structures, and in some countries they follow. And Trump's calls are falling on deaf ears. Here's the British Prime Minister responding to President Trump's comments today.
We will not be drawn into the wider war. We cannot allow the war in the Gulf to turn into a windfall for Putin.
By the way, it already has, right? I mean, oil prices going up, shadow fleet being activated, there's Russian oil floating around, and all of a sudden, they're minting money. Keir Starmer is not alone. The German Chancellor is saying this war is, quote, not a matter for NATO. The European Union's top diplomat said, quote, this is not Europe's war. So let's go to the Gulf. Nick Robertson live in Kuwait, where there are reports of more strikes today. Elena Treen is at the White House, and Jeremy Diamond is in Tel Aviv. I want to begin, though, with you, Nick. Iran not backing down from attacks on its neighbors. You saw that today. The world sees that in those images from the Dubai airport, the green zone, and obviously not backing off Hormuz either. Sounds like
So here in Kuwait City, in the last couple of hours, 2 rounds of sirens going off. And I got to tell you, Aaron, just looking at the population here, they're taking it and they're just moving on. They're not running for cover because they believe that the missile systems, defense systems here in place in Kuwait can protect them. Kuwait government saying 6 drones were fired at Kuwait today. The intercepted 3 of them. 1 fell in open area, the other 2 did impact, but no structural damage. But just look up and down the Gulf here. Iran has been keeping up with its barrage. Look at Saudi Arabia. There they had 13 drones up and around the town that's got a large Saudi airbase used by the U.S. Air Force in the center of the country. Also in the east of the country, the oil fields there in Saudi Arabia,